Parents weren't Christians, but my grandma was a Christian, and so that's where I kind of had like I guess Christian influence from. But even though like as I was a kid, I thought that I was following Christ or whatever, even though like I didn't go to church or didn't read the Bible or anything, and it wasn't until around like high school that like I felt that God was actually like calling like me towards like to seek him out because like I think it was during my sophomore year in like high school that basically like someone asked like me and some of my friends if like we wanted to do like a Bible study, and I agreed to do a Bible study, and from there I kind of learned about what kind of Christ wants us to do, and not just to say that we're Christian, but to actually follow him like actively by reading your Bible, by living out your faith, and kind of through that's where I started like seeking God and realized that how I was living was not how like Christ wanted me to live. Um, and then after that point, I got baptized and like uh, I started to go with that church for a while. Eventually, uh, I ended up going to a different church because like they were a little bit what's the word, like legalistic, where they kind of told you had to do this or you had to do this, you had to do this, so that you could like I guess keep your salvation or earn your salvation. And it's from that going to a different church, that's where I found out like that like salvation is like by grace alone and not through our own works. And so it was kind of at that point when I realized that like that although I'm starting to follow Christ, I'm not living out completely what God was talking about in with what he was doing with Christ. And so at that point I realized or understood completely what grace meant, and how it was completely a gift from God. And that's kind of my testimony. I was going to, I started attending a college called Bethlehem College and Seminary. I don't go there anymore, just like, because it's kind of expensive to go there, and like, I don't plan on doing full-time ministry, and that school was more focused for ministry. And so now I just kind of live out here, work out here, and still stay here. But that's how I got to Minnesota for studying theology. I want to own my own business in Japan. I want to go to Japan and start a business, and that way I can help like fund local churches out in Japan, monetarily, and then also like help with like ministry, but just not full-time ministry.